So it's basically required for study abroad, professional registration and migration purposes, or the rescheduling cost can be there. Other than that, who accepts PTE? So it's the thoroughly academic style task you can consider over here, since it's for study purposes, right? So we can consider some of the tasks to be a little bit lengthier. Over here, you can easily score higher and well in writing and speaking section because no examiner is checking your test. Vocabulary, fluency, majorly on fluency, right? Hello everyone, I am Divya Agarwal and in this video we'll see that all about PTE. Everything about PTE. What is PTE? What's the validity? Why should we go for it? And why is it useful for us? Everything. How is it different? So let's just get started without any further ado. Okay, so what is PTE? Pearson Test of English. It's the language proficiency test which tests you again on the 4 modules: listening, reading, writing and speaking. Now, why it matters? So it's basically required for study abroad, professional registration and migration purposes. Now, what's the validity? So it's valid for 2 years, okay? The result of yours will be valid till 2 years. You can apply to different universities. Other than that, what is the fee structure? See, fee is 18,000. If you see, that's the fee for PTE Academic and PTE Core, inclusive of all the GST. Now, additional late charges or the rescheduling cost can be there. Other than that, who accepts PTE? So, who accepts PTE? Thousands of universities worldwide accept PTE. Other than that, specifically Australian, UK or New Zealand visa authorities accept PTE Academic. Okay. Canada IRCC accepts PTE Core for PR or express entry. Now, other than that, for fast results, basically you need it for quick results. That's the advantage over here. Okay, you can get your results really quick. Like in just 48 hours, you can expect your results in just 2 days of writing the exam. That's how quick it is. So whenever you have a deadline close by, instead of going for other tests, you can consider PTE. It's thoroughly acceptable worldwide. Now let's move ahead. So what are the types of PTE exams there? Basically are of 2 types. One is PTE Academic, okay? Other one is PTE Core. Now, what's the difference? Let's study the differences and let's understand better. So, what's the goal? Basically, if you have a goal of studying abroad, then definitely you can choose it and go for PTE Academic. Other than for work purposes, also it's required majorly. And PTE Core majorly is for Canada, immigration or work purposes. Fine. Over here, what's the test type like? What are the tasks like? So it's the thoroughly academic style task you can consider over here, since it's for study purposes, right? So we can consider some of the tasks to be a little bit lengthier and academic style, whereas this is thoroughly the everyday English task over here in PTE Core. It is accepted globally, whereas it is accepted specifically in Canada, PR focus. Now here, what is it is ideal for? So this is ideal for universities, admission or visa purposes basically or majorly. Here it is ideal for Canada Express entry. Now these are the 2 types and these are the basic differences there. Let's move ahead and understand now why should students go for choosing PTE specifically. So once you see the real advantages that you get the quick results over here. The results are way too fast. Okay, you just can get and expect the results within 2 days of writing this exam. Other than that, it's fully computer based. Okay, there's no physical examiner going to be there and be checking your test. So if you also have a fear of speaking, like unlike IELTS over there, we have the examiner checking our writing and speaking section. Over here, you can easily score higher and well in writing and speaking section because no examiner is checking your test. Okay, it's fully AI based. It's fully computer based. So your checking will be through AI softwares. Yes, that's the advantage. Now, no face-to-face speaking test going to be there. Unlike IELTS, we over there have the examiner sitting in front of us. So if we get nervous, definitely that's going to degrade our bands, right? So it's fully computer-based, it's fully AI-based. Other than that, it's also recognized globally for study abroad or migration purposes. Now, it's like you can also get the slots really flexible over here. If you have a slot problem, like you want a specific date, so you can So you can get the slots really available on a regular dates, and flexibility will be there thoroughly. It can be a really great choice for the test takers who prefer digital interfaces. If you are really tax savvy and you want the digital interface to be there, you can definitely and blindly go for this PTE exam. Okay. Now, what's the scoring system and what are our parameters there? Try and understand that. So scorings out of 90, okay? This is the scoring system over here, 90 marks out of 90 marks for all the modules, for all the 4 modules. Modules are again the same. Okay, speaking, writing, reading, listening, these are your modules. Each of your module will be out of 90 marks. And let me tell you, what's the minimum? You may now be having this question in mind that, ma'am, what's the minimum score should we get? Okay, let me tell you, most of the universities accept this overall 58, and individually you need to get it as 50 in all the 4 modules. Okay, this is equivalent to your 6.5 of IELTS band. Fine. Now, what are your parameters? How do you get evaluated? On what parameters? So these are your 4-5 parameters. Grammar, you are checked thoroughly upon grammar, vocabulary, fluency, majorly on fluency, right? You must not have long pauses while speaking. Other than that, pronunciation and spelling. Okay, your pronunciation throughout the test should be absolutely fine. Other than that, spelling should be fine while writing something. So yes, these are your parameters. Let's move ahead. Now, who should take PTE? Once again, the same thing. So who should take PTE? Try and understand that students planning to study abroad, of course, they should go for PTE as a smart choice. Why? If you're tax savvy, if you are comfortable with computers, if you get nervous, speaking in front of someone, then definitely you should go for it. That's a great choice for you. Now, migration for PR aspirants, definitely you should go for it. Tax-savvy test takers, students who need to get fast results. If you have a deadline close by and you need the results to be really quick, you can definitely opt and go for PTE exam. Other than that, students who are nervous facing the examiner and students looking for objective and fair scoring, sometimes the evaluator may seem, having different beliefs in their minds while checking your test. So that is another advantage, that you don't have any personal bias or feelings in judging your things. So over here, you are thoroughly judged upon AI. Okay. Let's move ahead. Now, the exam structure. Now, how is the exam going to be there? So, it is divided into 3 sections. Okay. The very first section of yours will be speaking and writing together. These two will come combined. These two are together in your first section. So, it may take some time, like is the longest section, I would say. It may take around 54 to 67 minutes, around 1.5 hours, right? This much minutes, and it's going to be really easier than IELTS. Again, I'm repeating it. Why? Because you would see, because here even the question levels are also easier. Now, reading, you see, is going to last for about 29 to 30 minutes. Okay. Second section is there. Then this is the third section, which is listening. Here it can last and go about 30 to 43 minutes. Okay, everyone? Now, this is all about it, and the total duration becomes 2 to 2.15 hours. That's it. Clear? Let's move ahead. Now, let's discuss in detail what all is going to be there in your each of the modules. So here for the speaking and writing, this is the longest section we have. So over here, you're going to have it as 7 questions under it. Okay, 7 questions will be there. Now, what all types of questions? We will be having another video on the same, specifically discussing all the question types. Don't worry about it. Over here, I'm just trying to tell you or give you the overview, okay, of what all you have. So this is the personal introduction question can be there. Read aloud question can be there. Repeat sentence. Describe image. Any kind of image can be there and you are supposed to describe it. Talk about the image. You have to talk. Right. Unlike IELTS, you have to hear, just describe and talk about few things of the image. That's it. Under this read aloud section, you will be having a paragraph and you are supposed to read it aloud. They'll check your pronunciation, your fluency over here. So majorly, you are being checked upon fluency only. So focus on to that very well. Okay. Retell lecture. and answer short questions. So this was about the speaking section. Now coming towards the writing one, these two are the questions for your writing, which are summarize written text. There's a written text and now you're supposed to summarize it of 2 to 3 paragraphs. In some lines, few lines, you have to summarize the text. Again, easier. You will see, you will find it much more easier than else. And then you have it as essays. Okay, now the focus majorly is on fluency, accuracy and pronunciation. Of course, if you are reading something, then they check your fluency onto that, your pronunciation. Are you pronouncing all the words correctly or not? All these things they focus upon. So yes, I guess it is clear. Don't worry, we'll be having a specific video on the question types as well. Okay, now moving ahead to reading section. Here, what do you have? Some of the question types like multiple choice, reorder paragraphs. Some of the paragraphs are then you have to reorder them, fill in the blanks, and here the time management is the key. Why? Because see guys, if you don't focus on time, you can also fall short of time. Time plays crucial role over here. So you must know, you must go strategically while solving questions properly and within time. Okay, next is listening section. Now it can have some of the types, but again simpler and easier than IELTS. How? Over here in IELTS you have the audios going on and you have to solve questions alongside the audio. But unlike this section, over here in PT you just have to have some kind of task, like let's suppose summarize spoken text. So you will have approximate 1 minute's audio and you are supposed to summarize whatever they spoke in that audio. Okay, this is how simple it is. You can also keep on making notes. You don't have to here solve any question specifically. You're supposed to just summarize what they said. You can also start repeating things if you're not getting something new. So you can keep on noting things while the audio is being played. So yes, it's called summarize spoken text, multiple choice, fill in the blanks, highlight, correct summary, and select missing words, write from dictation, and yes, this is about it. Now see guys, here what do you need? You need to, so if you want a high score here in listening section, what are the things matters? See, just your typing speed plus your sharp listening abilities. If you're listening properly, sharply, and your typing speed is also fast, then definitely you can score higher here in your listening section. So it was all about listening section. Now next is how should we prepare? What all are the things should we do to get a higher score in PTE? Let me tell you guys. So you need to have the daily practice, daily speaking practice over here. So you need to have the daily speaking practice over here by any chance. You need to do this regularly, and also strong grammatical foundation you need to have, plus strong vocabulary you need, right? Other than that, listen to different accents so that you are familiar of understanding different kinds of accents. Later on, you must also try and attempt the full length test on some intervals, regular intervals. You need to attend some full length mock test. Other than that, now let's discuss what are the mistakes people do or students make usually, which you can avoid. Now, ignoring speaking fluency, you are actually ignoring the fluency and you are having long pauses in between. Not practicing typing speed and poor time management. This is really crucial over here in PT. Other than that, memorizing without understanding structure, you're just memorizing the responses which must not be there, and neglecting the listening spellings. Over here, spelling plays crucial role, so you always pay attention to what you're writing, right? These are some of the things. And yes guys, we are done. I hope this session was really helpful and you're definitely going to go ahead towards it, and you will definitely be solving questions from now on strategically. So I hope this session was helpful, and now you know, now you have this awareness of what is all about PT, and what all are the things there, how is it different, and how can you or how should you go for it, and how should you prepare for it. So thank you so much guys. We'll see you in the next session really very soon. Thank you so much.